From PewDiePie exposing the biggest health scam in YouTube's history,
What's the point? What do they do besides charging you?
to Mr. Who's the Boss unmasking a shady tech empire which ended up robbing everyone blind.
If you're going to take the money and not deliver a phone, I don't think a nice read is going to make up for it.
These are the times YouTubers try to warn us. Starting with tech reviewer Mr. Who's the Boss, who placed a target on his back after becoming the first YouTuber to reveal the shady truth behind a deceased drug lord's tech product.
No, this is the AsmonGold 11, and on top of that, quite possibly the strangest product launch I've seen in my entire life. Why does the official website actively promote the fact that they're associated with a deceased drug lord? Is that meant to be a selling point? Why does it brag about its co-founder being the chief of assassinations? Why is there not a single photo or video of the phone where it's not being used by European models wearing barely any clothes? It's not your typical smartphone.
After questioning Pablo Escobar's family's true motives, Mr. Who's the Boss would then point out a suspicious business move every other tech reviewer had ignored.
Importantly, most of the people who bought the phone didn't get the phone. But they did get something. It seems like every person who ordered an Escobar Fold got sent a book. It is the strangest biography I think I've ever seen. And when I first saw it, I couldn't understand why they bothered sending anything. If you're going to take the money and not deliver a phone, I don't think a nice read is going to make up for it.
And reveal the sinister motive behind their actions.
This book was a decoy. That they did this so that when customers called their banks up to say, my phone hasn't arrived, please get my money back, Escobar could actually say like, no look, check the tracking number, we did deliver something.
But besides this blatant scam, he would also uncover something even more disturbing on the Escobar's website.
I don't think this is money laundering, I just think it's a scam. That would explain why there's no secure payment methods on the site. It would explain why the comment sections are turned off for their YouTube videos. It would explain why they didn't even bother charging shipping on their phone, no matter where in the world you wanted it. There was absolutely no intention of sending the phone.
Just before the video ended, he'd leave a chilling warning to his audience.
The fact is that if you order it, all evidence points to the fact that you're probably not going to receive it. So again, don't buy it.
But while the red flags were obvious, not everyone took his warning seriously until one of the biggest tech reviewers stepped in and shared his side of the story.
There are way too many cases of people not getting their Escobar Fold for me to ever recommend you ever buy anything from this company, so don't.
Despite this, Escobar Inc. would remain in business for 4 more years until its leader Olaf Gustafsson was arrested in 2023 in Spain on charges of money laundering and fraud. With the arrest causing a storm online, Marquez would reveal a secret FBI interrogation he'd kept hidden from his fans.
I went up to the front desk, and sure enough, there's 3 people with badges there, and they walk right up to me and they all like flash their badges, FBI, just like the movies, like FBI agent this, IRS agent this, and they're like, Marquez, good to see you. We've got some questions for you about the Escobar phone.
With the truth finally out and Escobar Inc. in ruins, Mr. Who's the Boss would be praised for his vigilance. But while it took Mr. Who's the Boss 4 years to get the last laugh, political commentator AsmonGold would get his in no time. Following a surge of extremist views on Twitch in 2025, streamer AsmonGold would make a shocking prediction about Twitch's future.
This rise in extremism and this rise in extremist rhetoric will eventually be very damaging for Twitch. Because eventually somebody will say something, will this be the time? It probably won't be the time. But eventually somebody will say something and it's going to get mainstream attention to a degree that it's going to damage Twitch on a massive level.
But though he didn't mention any names, people immediately suspected that it was aimed at the left-leaning political streamer Hassan Abi, since he was highly critical of his extremist views.
Let's talk about our favorite flags.
Oh, like overall, what my favorite flag?
Yeah.
Hezbollah. Look it up.
It was like, oh no, he's doing this. Oh shit.
However, while everyone would move on from AsmonGold's warning, things would take a dark turn when, on May 21st, 2025, gunmen opened fire on a couple as they exited the Capitol Jewish Museum in Washington, D.C. He then fled inside the museum, where he was eventually apprehended. But while the world was still mourning the loss, Hassan's reaction to the shooter's actions caught everyone completely off guard.
I think this is just a one dude who is genuine in his actions and maybe
As if that wasn't bad enough, he would also read parts of the shooter's manifesto on stream, a move that shocked many viewers. Worse, another deeply disturbing video would be making the rounds.
There's about $50 billion estimated that are lost every year in Medicaid, just in fraud alone.
If you cared about Medicare fraud or Medicaid fraud, you would kill Rick Scott. Okay? The reason why I'm saying if you cared about Medicare or Medicaid fraud, you would kill Rick Scott is because, and not make him a prominent part of the Republican Party, is because he, to this day, is still also known as committing the largest Medicare fraud in U.S. history.
Since this was done on Twitch, it immediately came under fire. Twitch's moderation staff are the kind of people who moderate Reddit. That alone should tell you enough. Twitch deserves what's coming to it. There's no excuse whatsoever for allowing it to get this far. With this, Hassan would get banned, only to be unbanned 24 hours later. But instead of taking accountability, he tried to justify his actions. I covered the motives of the Israeli embassy staff shooter. Twitch terms of service dictates a suspension for even critical examination of the manifesto. I believe this is a bad policy for news and press freedom. I'll take the suspension, but hope Twitch changes its policy in the future. Unsurprisingly, Hassan's attempt to justify himself only made things worse, proving AsmonGold right, much like Jacksepticeye, who got hated after warning against MrBeast, only to be vindicated when he got caught up in a series of scandals. In June 2025, MrBeast announced the launch of his new AI thumbnail designer as part of his software, ViewStats.
There's a new way to make professional-looking viral thumbnails with zero Photoshop experience. And the best part is, this new method works in every niche. Whether you do gaming, cooking, beauty, this works for all of them.
MrBeast would then go on to reveal one of its interesting features.
Type in any channel on all of YouTube, and it will use it as inspiration for the thumbnail it's generating.
But what he'd failed to take into consideration was that not everyone was accepting of this controversial move, earning him backlash from the internet. As if that wasn't enough, the internet accused him of stealing elements from popular creators without permission, including using Jacksepticeye's branding as part of the promo, prompting Jack to immediately hit back. What the actual f***? And he used my logo in the promotion for it too. I hate what this platform is turning into. AI. Depressing.
And for the
It's funny it was phrased, it feels like cheating, because it is stealing. Because I mean, yeah, I guess in a way it is cheating. Let's go here.
creating custom results from any channel to literally being able to put your face on a thumbnail.
This is the bad thing.
But the final nail in the coffin came when YouTuber Point Crow uncovered an old tweet where MrBeast accused another channel of stealing his thumbnails by putting their face on it. And now he was advocating the same thing.
Deals with that. He's literally complained about this exact phenomenon while at the same time championing its existence in a tool that he is selling.
MrBeast and Kwebbelkop in the same bed, no way. MrBeast is so fake, it's unreal. Unsurprisingly, this wasn't the first time Jacksepticeye called out MrBeast. Back in 2023, he made a shockingly accurate prediction that brought him a lot of hate at the time.
Do you like MrBeast? No. Jack. Oh! Do you think MrBeast ruined YouTube? Yes. Oh! Now, in all honesty, Jack, why? Because it became more about views, money, and popularity than it did about having fun.
Jacksepticeye was always right when he said MrBeast ruined YouTube. You warned us. And now everything's coming to light. Within 24 hours of the backlash, MrBeast had deleted everything, released an apology, and replaced the feature with a directory that connects creators to human thumbnail artists. While Jacksepticeye is praised for his prediction, Candace Owen would get hated after calling out JoJo Siwa for faking her sexuality.
I don't believe JoJo Siwa is a lesbian, by the way. I want to state that very clearly.
Given her long history of anti-trans rhetoric and relentless attacks on the LGBTQ community, it's no surprise they immediately came for her. But while the LGBT community was calling for her head, Candace would only double down months later.
All she does now is she speaks about how much of a lesbian she is, just how happy she is to be a lesbian every second of every day. And here's the thing, I've been around lesbians. And people that are lesbians don't feel the need to work it into every sentence all the time unless there's somebody that's really
forcing JoJo Siwa to finally hit back with a warning. 5
people that I will not be having on JoJo Siwa now. Candace Owens, I think it's pretty self-explanatory. Her and I do not each other. Homegirl thought that I was faking being a lesbian. What the are you talking about? How do you know my sexual...
Which fans completely supported. But that would change in April 2025 when she appeared as a guest on Big Brother and revealed a new identity.
JoJo Siwa no longer identifies as a lesbian. This was revealed last night on the Celebrity Big Brother live stream when she was having a conversation with Danny Beard.
I think I've always told myself I'm a lesbian, but I think being here, I realized, oh no, I'm not a lesbian.
And in June 2025, her new boyfriend Chris shared a photo on Snapchat of them in bed together. But while JoJo thought the internet would be welcoming, it wasn't so forgiving. JoJo Siwa gives me Tess Holiday vibes in the sense that she will identify as anything that will get her even a tiny bit of attention. As a gay guy, these situations irk me, because now people will use it to say, see, you can become straight if you meet the right person. To make matters worse, she was accused of coming out on the first day of Pride Month while cheating on her ex-girlfriend, Avery Cyrus. Now, finally vindicated, Candace Owens had this to say.
It's just that I don't buy a lot of the Hollywood acts and I can see through them. And I felt in my heart and in my soul that that was the situation with JoJo Siwa when she was like being a lesbian too hard. Like she just, every time she spoke, it was about being a lesbian. It would be weird if every time I spoke, I was just, I want you guys to know how straight I am, like how heterosexual. Like, I am so heterosexual. I am just the most heterosexual person. You'd probably go, why do I feel like she's not heterosexual? That's how I felt about JoJo Siwa.
Since then, JoJo Siwa's betrayed fans have accused her of queer baiting and faking her sexuality for clout. And she's now being seen as just another influencer chasing views. And even though Candace has a love-hate relationship with the internet, her opinion about JoJo Siwa was pretty accurate. Much like PewDiePie, who tried to warn us about BetterHelp back in 2018 when no one seemed to care.
What's wrong with BetterHelp then? You can have online therapy without leaving your house. You can have therapy at home. That's great. That sounds almost too good to be true. Well, yes.
PewDiePie then backed up his claims by exposing the holes in their business model.
Reach out. BetterHelp also says that we'll find you an online therapist. You just do this quick questionnaire and we'll find the right person for you. But in their terms of service, they also say, we cannot assess whether the use of the counselor is right and suitable for your needs.
Before pointing out something most people found deeply concerning.
What's going on here? The cherry on the top here is that in their terms of service, they can share your data. And anything talking about mental health related, that's really not a problem.
PewDiePie would then end it with a message to other creators.
To be fair, I don't think these YouTubers know what they're promoting. And on the paper, it sounds like a great thing. If you can help people and get paid at the same time, what's wrong with that? I don't think everyone is completely innocent, but I don't think there's any point in faulting anyone too much either.
In the end, BetterHelp was fined $7.8 million by the FTC in 2023 for using user data for advertising without consent, proving PewDiePie right. And while BetterHelp is still in operation, its reputation never fully recovered, making it truly one of the most shocking moments where a YouTuber tried to warn us, but we didn't listen.